What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to Pick Six. And today we have quite the episode. First off, Cholo Trucker could not make it this week. He was out doing Cholo Trucker things, so we'll have him back next week. As for right now, since it's the final stretch of the NFL season, the final 4 games, which is kind of crazy to me, right? Let's just take a look at the playoff picture, and we're going to start with the AFC. Baltimore leading the way. Then you got Miami, which dropped the game to the Titans, lost a shocker there. And then we have Kansas City at the 3, sitting at 8-5, lost to the Buffalo Bills. Jacksonville, they're still in there. They haven't been looking as good, but still sitting at the 4 seed. Then this is where it gets a little crazy. Okay. The wild card situation is absolutely insane for the AFC. Okay. Sitting at the 5th seed, we have the Cleveland Browns at 8-5. Okay. At the 6th seed, some way, somehow, the Steelers still control their own destiny, sitting at 7-6. And at the 7th seed, we have the Indianapolis Colts sitting at 7-6. 8th seed, we have the Houston Texans sitting at 7-6. 9th, Denver Broncos sitting at 7-6. Cincinnati, 10th seed, 7-6. Last but certainly not least, the Buffalo Bills, 11th spot, sitting at 7-6. Let's just count this one. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams in the AFC that are currently 7-6, fighting for a wild card spot. I've never seen this before, or maybe I have, but I can't remember it, man. 6 teams sitting at 7-6. 6 teams that are just above 500, fighting for that final playoff spot. I mean, look, these next couple of weeks are going to be crazy, and it's going to be fun to watch. So you should probably keep your eye out on that one for the AFC. As for the NFC, I mean, of course, probably the best team in the NFC, San Francisco at the 1 seed at 10-3. Cowboys at the 2 seed. Okay, we'll get into the Cowboys later. Now at the 2 seed, coming from the 5 seed, and the Detroit Lions are the 3rd seed. Not honestly, they haven't been looking good the past, I'd say, probably 4 weeks. Okay, haven't been looking all that good. Then you got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the 4th seed at 6-7. That's probably one great division. As for the wild card, Eagles dropped to the 5th seed at 10-3. Minnesota still holding on at the 6th seed at 7-6. And Green Bay, 7th seed at 6-7. Then you also have the Rams and Seattle. This one not as exciting. Well, I guess Atlanta and New Orleans are also in the hunt, and even the Giants, I guess, and the Bears. NFC just doesn't have like a better record compared to AFC teams. But now, without further ado, let's actually get into the records for Pick 6. Okay. Me, the champ, is 40-29, while Cholo Trucker is barely above 500, sitting at a 35-34 record. So Cholo Trucker, you only got 4 weeks left, buddy. So you got to start climbing the ladder, man. But now let's get into the picks. We have Thursday Night Football with the Los Angeles Chargers walking into Las Vegas to play the Raiders. Both teams at 5-4. Both teams kind of just holding on to whatever hopes they have left, which are very narrow. But if you lose this game, you're pretty much out. Okay. So the Chargers are 5-8 coming off a loss to the Broncos, and the Raiders are 5-8 coming off of a bye week, I believe. Now, Justin Herbert did get hurt. Okay, I'm not sure if he's going to be able to play on this game. For some reason, it's not showing him. It's not showing him for some reason, but I know he got hurt last game. I'll say it like this, man. I'm picking the Raiders this week. Okay. Herbert's not going to be 100%. Even if he does play, he's not going to be 100%. I mean, shoot, he didn't even play most of the game against Denver. Chargers have just been really underachieving this year, and there's a lot of things going on with the Chargers. And I guess there's a lot of things going on with the Raiders too, but I mean, I personally think the Chargers have a better roster than the Raiders, you know. There's a lot going on with the Chargers. I got the Raiders in this one. And yeah, hopefully it's a good game, because I mean, Thursday night football games, especially this year, haven't been all that good except for probably one. But I'll go with the Raiders. Next, we have a playoff game right here. All right. The 6-7 Tampa Bay Buccaneers going up against the 6-7 Green Bay Packers. Packers coming off of a tough loss to Tommy DeVito and the Giants. And the Buccaneers are 6-7 coming off win against the Falcons. So in Lambeau, look, this is a weird one. And this is for like playoff hope still, and they're 6-7. I guess I'll go Packers because it's in Lambeau, you know, and Tampa Bay probably isn't used to that cold of weather. And I know weather's probably going to play a factor into this one. Who do I think is the actual better team? I guess I'll go Green Bay. I guess I'll go with the Packers, but I could definitely see this going either way. It's kind of a coin flip for me, but my gut's just telling me to go with Green Bay. Okay, what do we have next? I got to make sure I'm not skipping anybody. So we had the Raiders. Okay, we'll go with that one. Next, we have the number 1 seed in the NFC. The San Francisco 49ers walking into the toaster to play the Arizona Cardinals, who are sitting at 3-10. The Cardinals are coming off of a bye week, and the Niners are coming off a win against Seattle. My goodness, this should be a complete blowout. It really should, you know, but last week was just such a crazy week, man. It was such a crazy week. Quite a few blowouts. Steelers were on one side of those blowouts, but do I see the upsets? I didn't mean blowouts. I meant upsets. Why was I saying blowouts? I meant upsets. Does the upsets carry into this week as far as this game? No. The Niners have an 85% chance of winning this game. I'm surprised it's not higher. Niners just got the 1 seed. I don't think they're going to try to drop it, especially to a team like the Cardinals. So I'm going Niners. It's a pretty easy pick by 3 possessions. So that's it on that one. I mean, the Niners are just the better team. Next, we have the Washington Football Team Commanders Redskins walking into SoFi Stadium to play the Rams. The football team is 4-9, coming off of a bye week, and the Rams are 6-7, coming off a good game against Baltimore. Okay, let me tell you something. I thought Baltimore was just going to completely blow them out. No, but no, the Rams fought and fought, and they dragged it on to overtime and fell just short to Baltimore. Okay. So, I mean, the Rams look pretty good at 6-7 now. Look, man, I'm going Rams. I'm going Rams. Okay. One team is still fighting for something, the other team isn't. Okay. Rams are just a better team here. Like I said, they look good against Baltimore. They didn't win the game, but I mean, they look good. So I'm going to go Rams here. And I don't think there's much else to say about that one. Next, we have an intriguing matchup between the Dallas Cowboys walking into Buffalo to play the Bills. The Cowboys are 10-3, now the second seed in the NFC, coming off a win against the Eagles. And the Bills are 7-6, coming off a win against the Chiefs. Both teams coming off of really big wins. Hold on, let me just get my stuff straight. What? All right, sorry about that. Both teams coming off of really big wins, and look, Cowboy fans, I'm sorry. I was wrong. I was wrong about the Cowboys. Okay. Am I saying that this team is going to make it to the Super Bowl? Maybe not. Okay. Because San Francisco is just a freaking juggernaut. But will it surprise me if the Cowboys did make the Super Bowl? Not anymore. Not anymore, man. Those Cowboys, they looked really good against the Eagles. I mean, completely dominated the Eagles. So, I mean, now I got high hopes for Dallas. I really do. Okay. They are most definitely a top team in the NFC. Most definitely. They made a point on Sunday Night Football, and I got to give them props for it. And I got to give them props for it. Now they're going into Buffalo to play the Bills. Bills have been a very up and down team this year. Okay. They've had some sort of controversies. They got rid of their offensive coordinator. Just haven't been looking like the Bills from the past couple seasons. However, they did just come off a win against the Chiefs. Okay. Which some sort of controversy there for some reason. I mean, I thought that was offsides, but for some reason there's some sort of controversy. I'm gonna go. It's kind of hard, man, because they're both coming off of pretty good wins. Now, I will say this: as a Steeler fan, I kind of need Dallas to win. Okay. Do I think they'll win? Going into Buffalo, Cowboys playing a dome. Okay. The weather's not going to be all that great out there, I would assume. But you know what? Dallas impressed me so much last week that I'm just going to be riding with them boys, man. I'm going Cowboys just because on how much they impressed me this past week. So I'm going Cowboys there. Will it surprise me if Buffalo comes out and wins? No. Like I said, it's another one of those coin flips. There's been quite a couple games that have been hard to pick, but last but certainly not least, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers walking into Indianapolis. They'll play the Colts. Big playoff complications on this one, or indications on this one. Both teams at 7-6. The Steelers are coming off of a loss against New England, and the Colts are coming off a win against Tennessee. Or no, I'm sorry. Coming off a loss against the Bengals. Where do I start with this game? So there's playoff indications all over this game. Okay. You win, you are still sitting comfortably at the table. You lose, there's a good shot that you don't make the playoffs. Okay. And that's not even necessarily because your team isn't good. It's just, my goodness, look at how deep the playoff push is this season in the AFC. It's a Saturday game, a Saturday special game, which is kind of cool. I can't remember the last time the Steelers played on a Saturday. Was it last year on Christmas Eve? I don't know. But I mean, we're looking at a Gardner Minshew versus Mitch Trubisky matchup. Not a great matchup on paper, man. Look, I'm honest. I'm gonna be honest here. This is another game that the Steelers could and should probably win. Okay. The last 2 weeks, I've said that they've lost. Kind of a problem there. Steelers, you need this win. Okay? Yeah. You've messed up like bad the past 2 weeks. You even make it the last what? They're 1-3 in the last 4 weeks. In the soft part of the schedule. Yet you still control your own destiny. Okay? Mike Tomlin, look, I'm not saying he should be on the hot seat yet. Okay, I feel like we should give him probably another season, another shot at it. But, I mean, a lot of Steelers fans think this team is underachieving, and I kind of think so too. Okay? And that kind of all starts with the Matt Canada situation. He shouldn't have been offensive coordinator to start off the season. They should have found someone this offseason. Oh, well. Okay? You're still kind of using his playbook, which, I mean, you were limited at the point that you got rid of him. But you still control your own destiny, man. If you drop 3 in a row, that's it. That's probably it. Okay? And I want to make one thing clear. It's not that I don't want this team to make the playoffs. No, I want this team to make the playoffs. I want to see my team in the playoffs. Okay? But I'm also realistic. With the way they've looked, this whole season, especially the past 2 weeks, but the whole season. If they make the playoffs, there's a good chance that they're just going to get blown out. Okay? I'm getting too ahead of myself. This game, Steelers need it. I'm picking Steelers. For what reason? I have no idea. Okay? Maybe I'm just delusional. Maybe it's just a delusional pick. All right? But I'm going with Pittsburgh. Why is Mitch Trubisky starting this game? I don't know. And there was quite a few people saying that Mitch should start over Kenny. I haven't heard that conversation this past week. I don't know what it was. I don't know. I didn't hear not one person say that this past week. Like, oh yeah, Mitch is better than Kenny. Look, man, Kenny gives the Steelers the best chance to win, for whatever that means to you guys. That's how I see it. It's gonna be rough. It's not going to be a pretty game. Okay, it's probably not going to be a great game or a good game. It's probably going to be very sloppy, and this is the type of game that the Steelers want, a sloppy game. So we'll see if they come out victorious in this one. I believe they can. Okay, I'm still trying to be a believer in this team. Kind of hard to though. I mean, those last two losses were just insane. But the Steelers have looked pretty good on the road this year, at least from what I remember. So we'll see, man. We'll see. Should be a interesting matchup, man. And I'll be watching. As for this one, guys, that's probably about it. The game of the week for me is probably going to be the Cowboys and the Bills. Two teams that are still really fighting for something. One team for a playoff, to get in the playoff picture. The other just to maintain that second seed and perhaps, just maybe, get into that first seed. Do I think they will? Probably not. But there's a lot of fight for in that game. There's a lot of fight for plenty of teams in the AFC. So we'll see, man. Final stretch of the season, week 15. Hey, catch you guys in the next one. And you already know, go Steelers.